You should have seen this area just a few minutes ago. It was bathed in sunlight and I missed it, but that's okay. Maybe I would have been too washed out. I wanted to share with you guys today my spring TBR. I have the most springy, florally, rebirth, new nature, feminine outfit that I could think of. It's a dress that you won't be able to get the full gist of, but I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, but I'm just here for y'all. Oh my gosh, my cheeks, my facial muscles, they are killing me from smiling so much for that thumbnail. It is unbelievable, but I have my little full florals here, more full florals, and was it lavender back here? I gotta show you guys the set that I'm working with here. So pretty. So pretty. And then I have a cup here as well, set aside just for you guys. It has like little teacups and saucers and little teapots, and then another floral arrangement back there is kind of dark, and then I turned on a couple lights. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to sit with you guys, not to necessarily do a full-blown starter pack, which I did do for fall and winter, but I wanted to do somewhat of a spring bucket list and just share some of the ideas and the things that I would like to try to do over the next couple of months to see if I can just get out of my head a little bit, go outside more, embrace the change of the season, and just, I don't know, spend more time with my friends and family, and just try not to be so like bogged down and like monotonous in the tasks that I do. So I wanted to just try to do like a to-do list pretty much, because if there's anything about a to-do list, I will get it done. I will get it done. So yeah, that's my main thing. And guys, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. It was just for a thumbnail. I'm like, oh. And then I'm like from smiling, you're like, my cheeks are like, so hopefully we got a good one. But yeah, I have a few ideas and a few plans that I'm very excited for. Some of them are quite inexpensive. Stay at home. Some are stay at home. Some are for the outdoors before the temperature really gets, I mean, it's kind of hot in Florida already. I know in South Florida too. But before the temperature really gets like scorching, baking, summery hot, I have a few spring things that I wanted to share with you guys, from my April and May TBR to the different activities that we can do, a couple of meal ideas, spring movies, and of course the books that I just talked about. But yeah, I'm very excited for you guys to join me today. If you guys do like videos like this, give this video a big old thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss any upcoming content. I wanted to just kind of like throw in my TBR alongside other activities. Just thought it would be way more fun, and it gives me a chance to take a rest and take a breather for the month of May as far as thinking of like a spring dedicated TBR. But yeah, I'm very excited to share my list with you. Some of them I'm certain you guys have heard before, and others are gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. Spring is a tough time, I suppose, because depending on where you live, it could be quite harsh as far as the winter still like having a stronghold and not letting go, which is fine. I don't mind the winter season at all. I love cool weather. It is really tough to actually live down here in South Florida. And then, you know, it feels like depending on where you live too, it's like the blooms may not really be blooming, or the blooms might go super quick. So it's a weird season. It's a weird time, but I do enjoy it because, you know, the Easter season is within it. My sister's birthday is there. There are always some gorgeous floral arrangements that you can make. And yeah, I don't know. It's just the sun is shining a little bit differently during the spring season as well, which is something that I absolutely love. Just yesterday, actually, there was this double rainbow. I'm gonna see if I can insert the clip. Just yesterday, a double rainbow graced us here in South Florida. It was really cool. I'm not saying that I never get to see those, but yeah, like, and the sun was just shining a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more like yellow, a little bit more happy. Compared to the winter months, you don't get that kind of sunshine, even though right now I have serious overcast, but you know, it's giving me some good light. But yeah, there was a gorgeous double rainbow yesterday from after a rain shower that graced us yesterday. So I'm excited for the spring showers as well, because of course that just, I don't know, it revitalizes everything. Everything becomes soaked up, and the earth is just, you know, it's just really happy when you get a good hit of sunlight and a good hit of rain. So yeah, I'm babbling now, and I really should get to what I need to talk about. Anyway, I had to turn on a bunch of lights because we're dealing with the sun. I probably should end up eventually getting like a ring light or something to help me out, because it was getting dark up in her. Yeah, but anyway, I will be looking down because almost every single thing is on my phone, even though honestly I have a bunch of journals and I'm a paper person. Dunder Mifflin, people persons meant for people. And I should be writing things down on stationery, I suppose, or on actual paper, because I don't know, the minute that you have your phone in your hand, you become a little bit like disassociated with reality, and then you might get a notification or something might distract you, or it's just, you know, the tactile feeling of like, you know, this thing is in your hand, and you automatically might want to go to an app and do some doom scrolling or, you know, YouTubing or whatever it might be. So not the best thing to have. But speaking of stationery, check out this incredible journal. I was gonna lie to you guys because my family, they watch this content, and I just can't even, like, I can't even lie. I was gonna say, like, this journal of mine, I was gonna pretend like it's mine, it's my sister's though, but this is so perfect for the springtime. This is from like Rifle Paper Co, and of course I'm not gonna open it, this is my sister's, and I just think this, something like this makes it so worthwhile. It makes the season even more special and dreamy and ethereal and so fun and like grounding when you have like a special thing like this to use throughout that particular season. I know that Rifle Paper Co, they have a lot of gorgeous stationery, up to even like wallpaper, maybe even bedding, cups. I have something of theirs here that I hold all of my TV remote for, so I'll share that with you. I typically have this here on my Hemnes TV stand, and this is it too. So it's just, I feel like, yeah, they're twins, right? Yeah, they totally are. But look at this gorgeous thing here. Like, I just pretty much use this little tray as a little holder just to corral all of my remotes and one, like, you know, the Fire Stick remote, the TV remote, and like lights that I turn on here in the living room, and I just love it. I just want to share that with you guys. These are the little things that make spring so fun, or make your environment so beautiful and neat and organized and just, you know, very cute. So yeah. And then another thing, this is like kind of broaching into the book-ish stuff. I might, if my sister lets me again. Her birthday was about a month ago in March, and I got her this wildflower book, and it's somewhat of an encyclopedia. So yeah, the World Encyclopedia of Wildflowers, and it just has over 750 wildflowers that can be studied throughout the spring months, especially since Earth Day is coming on the 22nd, I believe. Mother Earth is dying. So yeah, this is just something like an activity that you can do as far as like, oh, once a day, open this here up and learn about different, oh, that's interesting. Learn about different like florals and wildflowers and how to take care of them, where they come from, their Latin names, how to identify them, and of course, how to avoid some of them.
You're looking at the rare white dragon bush. Its leaves make a tea so delicious it's heartbreaking. That, or it's the white jade bush, which is poisonous.
Because maybe some of them might not be all that amazing for your garden. And I can imagine that they do talk about the different areas and regions as to where these particular flora grow. So I love this particular book because it has all these like botanical illustrations, and she's really into gardening, and so am I. And you know, I think that something like this could be extremely helpful and so much fun to do as far as an activity throughout the spring season. Just take like a moment of your day, read about a page or so, even draw it out if you want to, just like to be a little bit more mindful, a little more grounded, a little slowed down and meditative on things. Because I'm telling you, my biggest issue these days is being on my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, not that I even like check out screen time or anything like that, but I just know that I'm wasting so much time on my phone. Like, I found myself sometimes just endlessly scrolling, endlessly saving things, liking things just to show my family later. And then like also it's like a double viewing kind of thing. So I want to just like recoil and, you know, step away from that kind of lifestyle and that kind of environment. I was like, I'm getting in too deep. I'm in too deep. I'm getting in too deep, and I don't like that. So yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. Okay, so the bucket list. So it was so funny. My sister and I, we were all talking about, you know, what kind of different things could we possibly do when the sky is blue and the sun is beaming and the cool breeze comes about every now and then in South Florida, going outside, right? She was like, oh, you know, people can pound sand, because I started with kick rocks. I was like, oh, if you want to, you know, like go climb a tree and go kick rocks, like, isn't that a term that people say? Yeah, like, y'all can go kick rocks. We thought it was funny, and we wanted to share that with you.
What's so funny?
So yeah, hug a tree. People have said to hug a tree. I think it's a little funny.
Sokka, wake up! There's a prickle snake in your sleeping bag.
Ah! Get it off! Get it off!
But I guess not so much. I'm deleting that as an option. I am gonna be going like back and forth within like movies, TV shows, and books and different activities. So there's no particular order about this particular list. So my bucket list is to finally watch Pride and Prejudice. This is, I think, the most iconic Jane Austen story, probably. The one that I really, of course, want to see is the Keira Knightley one.
I came to Rosings with the single object of seeing you. I had to see you. I have fought against my better judgment, my family's expectation, the inferiority of your birth, my rank and circumstance, all these things, and I'm willing to put them aside and ask you to end my agony.
I don't understand.
I love you. Most ardently.
And I want to see the Colin Firth one, but I've been dying to see Pride and Prejudice and to read Pride and Prejudice for the first time. I'll probably end up making an entire vlog about that, hoping that it comes out at the end of April or mid-May or something like that. If you guys have any ideas as to what I should be doing inside the vlog, whether activities-wise or food-wise, what I should be making or creating, please let me know. One of my people, my special people here, commented under a video recently that apparently it is the 250th anniversary, her birthday, Jane Austen, talking in fragmented sentences. So let me see, Jane Austen, novelist. Yes. So her birthday was, her birthday is December 16th, 1775. So it would have been her 250th birthday, so maybe we can do something quite special and iconic for that video. I don't really have a million ideas quite yet, but I will definitely think of something. So yeah, her birthday is in 1775, just like for the country, for where I live, United States of America. 1776 is Independence Day, or that year anyway, and I believe they'll probably end up doing something huge next year in 2026, so that's really exciting and cool. So that was an option for Shoresies, and I think I really would love to accomplish that. I also want to make a spring cake. I love baking and I have a very capable kitchen back there, and I would love to do some baking. The specific thing that I would love to do is to make a hummingbird cake. Hummingbird cakes typically have a bunch of like bits and bobs and all these botanical looking things. They're very floral in nature, they're very spring-like, and they give the nature vibes whenever I do see them, and they just look so delicious. It's like a carrot cake on acid or something, on steroids. A hummingbird cake. Yeah, so delicately spiced, and it has like a bunch of those nuts, like walnuts, pecans, and of course if you're allergic then you make the amendments as you see fit. There's a cream cheese frosting. You could put raisins if you like. You could add pineapples. I'm actually, like, I have a little bit of an allergy to pineapples. That could be in there too, but maybe if it was cooked down then it wouldn't be a problem, because actually upside down pineapple cake is something I can eat and I don't have a problem with it. But if I have fresh raw pineapple, it's over. It's over. Yeah, coconut as well. So yeah, I believe there's this guy here. You guys may not know him at all, but the Preppy Kitchen on YouTube.
Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today
he has a hummingbird cake that I was really interested in, and it just looks so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to try that. It just looks so scrumptious and just the perfect dessert for around the Easter season, and I don't know. It just seems so easy too, by the way. Okay, the next thing that I have, more nature walks. Even if it's in my community, I would love to at least a couple of times a week, because guys, I could spend 2 weeks straight, and I have before, in my home without leaving it, okay? Like somebody else will throw out the trash, you know. Grateful for that, obviously. My people, my roommates, my sisters, my mom, whoever. It'll afford me the opportunity to just, not afford me, that's not the way to say it. Like, I'll find myself, like, not even leaving the house to even go get the mail in the mail room and things like this. Like, that's how much of a homebody, recluse that I am. I just, if I don't get out, if I don't make plans to leave the house, then...
Hello, thanks for calling Mario's Pizza. This is Carlos speaking.
Hello. We would like a large pie with pepperoni pineapple and cheesy crust.
Large pepperoni with pineapple and cheesy crust.
We would also like a large pie with bacon pineapple and cheesy crust.
Okay, is that gonna complete your order, sir?
You know what? Let me gauge the room. Guys, We gonna want another pizza. Let me just, who's hungry? Show of hands. Let me see them. 1, 2, 3. Keep them up. 4, 5.
It won't happen. Yeah, it just, I have a really big problem with that, and I'm comfortable at home. It's my oasis, you know what I mean? It's my safe haven. So I wanted to do more nature walks, whether it be at a public park, the beach, the ocean, at a pier, in the community, you know, just to get some fresh H2O and to get some vitamin D out there. And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm gonna be doing like grounding where I'm like, I have my shoes off or something and I'm like walking about, which I actually love to do. It's a little weird, I know. I actually saw this short once where these people, they cut out underneath their sneakers to walk about city streets barefoot, shoeless. Of like, I'll go in the parking lot shoeless. Maybe, you know, that's about as far as I go. And in my home shoeless, you know, barefoot. I don't know why you say shoeless. Okay, so yeah, I also put down, go off to the beach. I literally live like less than 5 miles away from the beach. I am at the coast. I don't see the beach where I am, of course. I don't have that kind of real estate money for seaside views, but I do want to go to the beach a little bit more. I'm trying to up it up. One of my New Year's goals, I know it's a little weird to talk about that, but I bet everybody has already forgotten or has not even worked on their resolutions, but one of my New Year's goals, which I actually have kept up, was to go to the beach at least once a month, because I do live like in the tropics, you know? So I was like, you gotta enjoy the vast nature out there. It is just so beautiful. Whenever I do go to the ocean, I find myself, oh my god, I'm sounding like Moby Dick. Oh my gosh. Guys, there's this line in the story, Moby Dick. I'm gonna read it to you actually, or maybe I should add the clip. I'll figure it out in editing, whether I add the clip that, nah, I'll probably just read it to you because the clip was not that great. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so ridiculous. Or I could quickly grab, hold on, I'm gonna grab it from my blue shelf. Oh wow, look, I started tabbing it. You see that at all? There we go. Yeah, this is such a good book. Such a good book. I never finished it, but it's such a great book. Little illustrations. Can't see jack diddly squat. Okay, there's a particular line in this story where we find our main character talking about, I don't know if you could say the despondent feeling that he has within him, the depression, I'm not saying that that's what I'm feeling right now, but I'm just saying like it's interesting how he kind of talks about the monotony of life in a sense, how, you know, when it gets to be this way, he finds it time to go out to sea. So whenever I do end up going to the ocean and just set foot on the sand, the beach, can't talk. Yeah, whenever I step foot at the beach and I just see the vast ocean and the open sky, and you know, I have seagulls going and the breeze is insane and the smell of the salty air and the sea spray and the seaweed or whatever might be on the ground and the seashells and whatnot and the crashing waves, the sound, it heals something in me. I don't know what it is, but it heals it. Okay, there it is. It's literally in the first paragraph of Moby Dick. So Ishmael, call me Ishmael, as you guys know, that's one of the most iconic opening lines of a book. He says here, whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, whenever it is a damp, drizzly November in my soul, whenever I find myself involuntarily pausing before coffin warehouses, that, in my opinion, that sounds like somebody who is ready to, I hate this term that the people have come up with on YouTube, delete them, like unalive, like that just sounds so ridiculous, like the term, you know what I mean? I know this is a sensitive subject for sure, Z's. Yeah, he's saying that I find myself involuntarily pausing before coffin warehouses and bringing up the rear of every funeral I meet, and especially whenever my hypos get such an upper hand of me that it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from deliberately stepping into the street and methodically knocking people's hats off. Then I account it high time to get to sea as soon as I can. Beautiful. And that's me too. It's like whenever I just you know, maybe having a tough time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go gotta get out. I gotta get out. Whether it be the ocean, the beach, you know, not the ocean, but you know what I mean? Like a nature walk, the parks. I just gotta get out of the house a little bit. It's like being too cooped up a little bit, you know? I just wanted to share that with you guys for Moby Dick. We also have a plan of possibly visiting a botanical garden. I would love to do that. Those are completely free to you. A beach visit is a like a $3, $4, $5 visit, and you can spend hours there, you know, just chilling. So inexpensive or free activities are absolutely my favorite. Going on a picnic, I think that's something I don't think I've done in like the longest time, since I was a kid maybe, or I don't know, yeah, youth. Since youth. So going on a picnic, that's another one. Of course, reading books is a huge one. The books that are definitely going to be tackled during the spring season, April, May, I do have Abby Jimenez's Say You'll Never Let Me Go. Yeah. So, you know that song by Chainsmokers? Okay. So You'll Remember Me, another one. My sister was like, hey, this is like the Taylor Swift song, Wildest Dreams. You know, the Say You'll Remember Me, standing in a nice dress. Okay, I'm not a singer. But oh my God, look how beautiful this cover is. Like the picture time. Okay, yeah, so this is it's so good. I'm actually trying to slow down. Do you see this? I actually stopped reading it for like 5 days. I started reading it maybe on the 3rd or 4th of April, and I just had to take a pause because I was eating it up too quickly. I really love the story, and I am smiling ear to ear, and I'm very giddy, and it's very romantic. It's very sweet. It's very entertaining, and it has my attention the entire time. We're following this story where a vet who's a guy meets up with a client of his, the human client. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Anyway, this woman, she comes in with a cat who has a serious issue. I'm laughing because it's so funny in the context, the way that Abby writes it, but it's like the cat does not have like a proper opening for to have waste come out. So it doesn't have a proper butthole, right? And the poor kitty needs a very expensive surgery, and the doctor is like, ugh, you know, I'm so sick of people like you. Like, you know, just put the cat out of its misery, euthanize it, and let's get this over with. And the girl's like, no, I'm not letting go of this cat. You know, I am going to crowdfund and do a GoFundMe and raise the money for this cat's very expensive surgery. He's like, yeah, okay, good luck, girl. And whatever, he's like, get out of my face. And he's, you know, the brooding, hot, handsome type, and she's like a very quirky, bohemian feeling, funny type, you know? So eventually she does, I don't want to spoil it. Things go positively so far for the cat. I don't know if I, you know, won't say too much. Things go positively for the woman who has the cat, and she kind of goes back to visit this rude, lacking of bedside manners vet, and eventually he just like, you want to go out, me? Do you want to go out with me? Just like straight up, just like that. It's just like, I thought you'd never ask. Pretty much that's how it goes. And then they go out, they have a wonderful date. I'm like, I want to go on this date, because where they go is a cruise, a charity cruise for puppies, like an adopt a puppy kind of cruise. It is so cute, so fun. There's a moment where he jumps into the pier, and it's just so fun. It's like, it's dripping with summer feelings. It's dripping with the freshness of spring, you know, sunlight and sunsets, and just like it's giving the Keith Urban song Till Summer Comes Around, if you know it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But yeah, and it's also feeling like the perfect, I don't know, vacation, pier side, beach, lovey-dovey story. And eventually one of the characters, I won't tell you which one, has to move after the date, okay? Their perfect date. One of them is leaving, and then the other one apparently like you're trying to figure out whether or not they follow. But oh my gosh, it's such a bad way of explaining this, but so far so good. It's so cute, and oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. So that's one of the books for spring. Okay, and then there's another one that I saw a few people talking about. It has such a gorgeous cover. It's called The Herb Witch's Apprentice, and it's pretty much this 16-year-old girl. I don't know, her name is Amaranthe, something like that. Flora. It's very mystical, very ethereal, very spooky, very like woodsy, and you know, has like all the mystical magic feels to it. Like her name's Flora. Of course it's Flora, just like a plant. Anyway, she is like half witch, and she is not really happy about that. She's not very happy to find out about that, and she's like, you know, going through these like debutante balls and whatnot, and there's this really handsome prince probably involved, and it has a little bit of a mystery vibe to it, because Flora and this prince team up to basically try to absolve or help clear some innocent witches' names. She's like finding that witches are not as bad as she thought they initially were. I guess that's the best way I can say it, because I don't want to be like reading a bunch of summaries to you guys. But yeah, so, you know, lots of potions and magic and, you know, fun stuff. The queen falls mysteriously ill, and I guess she has to just clear some people's names. So I think that that is such a fun read for this time around. I did put this on my October TBR last year, but I wasn't able to get through to it, and that would be The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, I believe. Gorgeous cover. Another one about like another witch in a cozy kind of cottage in her kitchen, brewing potions and doing all types of things. And I believe that I had said something about there being a crime involved, and I thought that that was really fun. Ooh, I might want to reread Where the Dark Stands Still. That was one of my top rated favorite books of 2024, and I just feel like it is such a cottagecore fantastical book. If you just look at the cover, it's just so beautiful. It looks like the Josephine Walls, I believe, artwork. I love it. And alongside of reading that particular story of this girl who has magical powers and this beast that's in this forest who's like a recluse and who's very harsh and brooding and fun. I love the story. It is really fun, and I don't want to give too much away, but it is a great time. It takes a moment for you to get into it, because I almost DNF'd it. Did not finish it, DNF it. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I held out, because it was just a fun Polish-focused, Polish-centered story of magic. It is whimsical and just so much fun. Yeah, alongside reading that book, I want to draw the cover. That was one of my goals also for the new year, was to draw Where the Dark Stands Still cover. I just want to recreate it and draw it on my kitchen table back there one of these days, one of the quiet afternoons, while I sip on another thing on my bucket list, honey lavender lemonade. I don't know. I wanted to try that out. Thought it could be fun. Oh, and then there's this other book, The Ornithologist Field Guide to Something Something. I saw another creator, I believe that one was specifically from Liv's Library. She talked about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, ornithology, yes. It kind of reminds me of this, but it has nothing to do with that. Ornithology. It has to do with the study of birds, I think. Let me see. Okay, got it. So this one is by India Holton, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. According to Goodreads, this is crazy, I have lipstick on my freaking tablet. It says here, rival ornithologists. It's just, for me, it feels like, don't you dare read that book before you get through Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I know that it's supposed to be somewhat of a winter-focused kind of book, but it's very deceiving, because for me, fairies, nymphs, you know, those kind of creatures, I feel like they belong in like the woodland, the cottage, the, you know, nature. It's just so odd. It's like, I don't particularly care that it's gonna be a winter read. I'll just make it work. It's fairies, you know? But anyway, specifically this one, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, it says here that rival ornithologists hunt through England for a rare magical bird in this historical fantasy rom-com reminiscent of Indiana Jones, but with manners, tea, and helicopter parasols. Beth Pickering is on the verge of finally capturing the rare death whistler bird when Professor Devin Lockley swoops in. What, he reads like Emily Wilde a little bit, capturing both her and her imagination like a villain. And when I say it reads like, meaning like the summary of it. Yeah, so that's about it. I don't want to go too albeit handsome and charming villain. That's besides the point. Okay, I'll stop there. So that's another one. I think there was one more that I was interested in for the spring season. Again, there will be, you know, different classics that I'll go into and different genres. Oh yeah, the Emily Henry book is also one that for sure is coming my way, and I will be very excited to do a reading vlog on that as well. A reading vlog focused on it. But there's a particular book from Alexandre Dumas that I was interested in as well. I think there were like literal flowers all over the book. Let me see. I'm gonna just type in Alexandre Dumas flower book. Flower book? Is it The Black Tulip? I don't think so. Say you'll remember me, buried in a nice dress, red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again. Okay, I finally found it after like 5 minutes of searching, but I knew it. It was Alexandre Dumas' Fils. Oh, so it's the son. Interesting. Anyway, it's The Lady of the Camellias. La Dame au... I don't know. My mom would be able to help me. I'm not even gonna attempt. Okay, I'll try. Camellias. also known as Camille. So it's supposed to be a play. I didn't know this. Very, very interesting. Yeah, just the cover alone is quite, gorgeous looking, and it's supposed to be here, according to Goodreads, again, one of the greatest love stories of all time, an inspiration for Verdi's opera La Traviata and the Oscar-winning musical Moulin Rouge. I've never seen Moulin Rouge. So the Lady of the Camellias tells the story of Marguerite Gautier, the most beautiful, brazen, and expensive courtesan in all of Paris, known to all as the Lady of the Camellias. It sounds like a lady, like a what do you call her? A madam, like somebody who sets up escorts. Like, I don't know why that's what I'm getting. Anyway, so she's known to all as the Lady of the Camellias because she is never seen without her favorite flowers. She leads a glittering life of endless parties and aristocratic balls, with the richest men in France flocking to her boudoir to lay their fortunes at her feet. But despite having many lovers, she has never really loved until she's met Armand Duval, young, handsome, and from a lower social class, and yet hopelessly in love with Marguerite. Yeah, so that one is interesting to me as well. And then I think around this time of the year too, when the sun is like, getting more and more like bright in a sense, because of course daylight savings and whatnot, and the skies are super blue and we don't have that gray fogginess of winter anymore. It's a fun time to also take a look into Studio Ghibli's, I guess say the books or movies the movie specifically that Hayao Miyazaki has done, like Kiki's Delivery Service and Howl's Moving Castle and My Neighbor Totoro and From Up on Poppy Hill, all of these cool, very sunshiny and bright, happy, nostalgic films. It's really interesting too because there's been an AI burst of like all of these people using the Miyazaki type of animation style for just about any and everything, and I think it's so cute. I can understand how frustrated people who actually do art could be, but yeah, I think it's just so funny and so cute. Some of the stuff is like downright hilarious, you gotta admit. Yeah, so maybe because I know some of these are books, maybe Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service. She's supposed to be this sweet young girl who takes over her, I think is the postage of the community, and she flies on a broom. She's like a little witch. I think she has a little black cat, the red bow, giving Matilda vibes, So those are some of the books that I would like to tackle. I don't think I have any more on the list. I'm sure there are way more, but don't want the videos to go far too long. I was thinking as far as movies, of course, they're all the Regency types, the Bridgerton feels, the Jane Austen types, the those that are like Emma and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like those types. Even The Man in the Iron Mask could be perfect for the spring time. I didn't want to recommend those or necessarily say that, oh, those are all the ones that I'm going to be watching this time around, but I would love to actually watch A Bug's Life. It's been far too long for me, and I love that movie so much. I just thought that it would be kind of funny because they literally are out in nature. A Bug's Life. It's a cute little Disney movie. And then there's also that movie Somewhere in Time. I kind of feel like that's more of a summer movie versus a spring one, in my humble opinion. I don't know, it's just so dark. It's such a bright movie, but it's a dark movie, and it gives summer fall vibes to me. I also want to do a reset, so decluttering, like a spring, cleanup, spring reset type of thing. One of the movies that I do want to go see on the big screen is The Accountant #2. I have been waiting for it for about what 8 years or so. I saw the first one in theaters years ago and I loved it. I fell in love with it. And the second one is coming out. I have no idea what it's about. I didn't watch any of the trailers, but it's basically about this guy who's basically on the spectrum, and he's like a John Wick type, if I could say that. And there's a really, really interesting story there. And I loved it, the first one. So it was very entertaining, and I can't wait to see the second one. So that's part of my bucket list. And then there's a Christian movie that's coming out. For me, it reminds me a little bit of, as soon as you mention Charles Dickens, it just feels like Christmas to me, but I'm gonna give it a try. I don't think obviously it has a Christmas edge, but this one is called King of Kings, I believe, and I think Charles Dickens is telling his young son about the life of Jesus and like Christian stories.
Our story begins 2,000 years ago when baby Jesus came into the world.
Wait, stop. If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
This story is about the King of Kings.
If you're with me, then I know.
And wicked kings and miracles.
What's this?
Oh, so you want to hear the story now?
There's not nearly enough food here to feed all of these people.
I hope this helps.
Look! There's something out there!
Don't be afraid.
This was a miracle to some, but a threat to others. This is what my father wants. I'll accept it, and so should you. You see, a true king serves his subjects. If you have faith, you'll become stronger than before. It is a great story.
Things like that, but I think it's specifically like the life of Jesus. So I'm really interested in going to see that in theaters. I also want to complete a couple of puzzles this time around. There's this gorgeous one by the company called Gallison, one of my faves that I've come to adore, where it has all of these like saucers and teacups, and it has like a very chinoiserie blue theme. It's heavenly. It is so beautiful, and that one is by Gallison. It is, I love it. I just love the photo, and I'm like, okay, this will be perfect for crumpets and scones and just a lovely day at home, just doing a puzzle with my family, maybe on a Saturday morning or something. Another puzzle, I actually have it right here. This one here is it's not a Thomas Kincaid one, I don't think. It is just so pretty. I could cry. Abraham Hunter, I think. Ooh, it is so gorgeous. Guys, look at this and tell me, isn't that just so pretty? Just bask in that for a moment. This horse and this kind of like old American kind of home, I don't know, looks a little southern, giving Georgia, South Carolina, Louisiana, right? And then all the blooms and whatnot. I just, oh gosh, look at this. I love it. So it's 1,000 pieces, and there's just this gorgeous steamboat in the bag. There's a pergola type, a little canoe, a bridge, horse and buggy, horse and carriage, the willow, Spanish moss type of trees. The home is well lit. There's a path with all these florals, and they have herons and beautiful cranes. I think that's what they call them, cranes in the sky, cranes on trees, and then again the gorgeous sunset. I just, oh my gosh, guys, this particular one, I hope I can find it. I'll link as many things as I possibly can for you guys down below if I can find it, but I think I got this one at, I can't remember. I can't remember. It was like Target, maybe. I don't know, because I don't really shop at Target. It's been a minute, but anyway. So yeah, those are some of the puzzles that I would love to tackle for sure. Just more time off of this. Like, this is like seriously robbing me of my time. It is robbing me of my time, and you know you guys are watching it on your devices too. So I would love to do a floral arrangement. So go to the grocery store, just pick out some gorgeous flowers that, you know, denote the springtime and just beauty and all that. Maybe Trader Joe's. They have some really great flowers there. Publix down south here. In Florida, we do have a Publix, so yeah, maybe do a couple of floral arrangements throughout the season. I want to create a spring playlist, so just beautiful music for the springtime. Yeah, very excited about that. I mentioned the honey lavender lemonade. I'm very excited about that. And maybe a fresh blueberry lavender lemonade as well. That could be kind of interesting. I think that might be it. I think I wrote stuff, but like this is the very reason why I'm like, everyone, we need things like this. I wrote stuff down, or I typed it into my phone, and it kept disappearing. Great. My sister pointed out, my middle sister who's older than me, she pointed out that there's an episode of Gilmore Girls, the one where I think Lorelai got a bunch of flowers. It might have been yellow flowers. Maybe it was from Max Medina. I don't know.
This has to do with flowers we ordered?
Flowers we did not order.
I'm just doing my job.
Say that one more time and I'm going to punch your nose. I did not order these flowers.
It says that you have to be here to personally accept them.
But I have to be here. Well, that's...
I am headman in charge of flowers.
I just do what I'm told.
The punch on the nose. Daisies, no less. At least...
1,000 of them. 1,000 yellow daisies.
That's right, there's exactly 1,000 of them. Order states that there's to be exactly 1,000. Not 1,001, not 999, but 1,000. You ask for 1,000, I bring 1,000.
But there are a few Gilmore Girls focused spring episodes throughout the show. Of course, it's the one that everybody's going to talk about around September, August, or whatever, whenever they start doing the whole fall thing. I literally saw a post, guys. Oh, guys, last year I did a rant about fall and how it comes a little too early. Allow me the same liberty again to talk about this. I saw a post today that said something to the effect of, I don't know the date, the amount of time, but I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. 209 days till Halloween. It's not even Easter. It's not even Easter. Like, shut up. Oh my god, I just said that. I did it. I'm leaving it in the video, guys. Like, shut your face. Like, seriously. Nobody wants to hear that. I mean, some people do. I got a little cozy for it too, but it's like, I don't want... Can we have spring? Can we have summer? And I said this last year. This is the reason why a lot of people are in the state that they are. They feel that time is slipping. Time is like so relative and so like it's non-existent. It's like, where did the year go by? Oh my god. Because maybe you're fantasizing about a season that's not here. Be grounded, be in the moment, be meditative, be like present. Be attentive, you know? That one is really something that just gets me a little, it grinds my gears a little bit, and I just, oh my gosh, somebody said that. They posted it and a bunch of people liked it, and I'm like, happy for you guys. You guys, you know, fantasize and mesmerize over the coming of fall in like 1800 months. But like some of us would love to not see that on our feed. And this is why I'm going to be taking a slowdown of social media, meaning me being on it. I know this is like my little hobby that I do on YouTube and on Instagram or Fable or whatever it might be. But yo, what on earth are we doing? What are we doing? But anyway, to go back to Gilmore Girls, because it just feels like Gilmore Girls just says fall. Gilmore Girls says autumn. But there are some beautiful spring episodes. I'll definitely link them in the description box below. And I'll put, you know, my Amazon storefront as well, just in case if you guys want to get any of the items that I was talking about or any of the recipes, we'll try them out and put them there too. I'll try to do some crafting as well and have some fun nights in and try to do some fun nights out as well. So that's my main goal. And that's my bucket list pretty much. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, listening to me ramble on, get frustrated, be happy, you know, all the things. Once again, yeah, I'm hoping to do a Q&A extremely soon. I said that like 800,000 times, but I really do want to do a Q&A very soon. If you have any questions that you might want me to cover, please leave them below and I will certainly make sure they are done as well. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I love you guys and I will see you very soon. Bye.